Welcome to Follow Startups. I'm Ankita Pahwa, and today we are joined by Rudrajeet Desai, or RD as he likes to be called. He's the founder and CEO of VideoCX.io, which was formerly known as WorkApps. Not only is he a serial entrepreneur, but also a published author, with his book Breaking Out and Making Big being a must read for entrepreneurs at any stage. He's right here to talk to us about all the amazing work that he's been doing to help digitize the financial landscape of India. Hi, Rudra. Welcome to Follow Startups.
Hi, Ankita. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for inviting me. And I've never heard so many good things about myself in one breath. So thanks for that also.
Yeah, okay. So before we talk business, why don't you tell us something about yourself? I'm sure the audience would love that.
Sure, Ankita. So, Shankita, I come with about 23 years of experience. I'm about 43 today. Been an entrepreneur for most of my life. Started my career in sales, marketing, advertising. I've been with Cadbury's, BPL Mobile. I've been with Mobile to Win, Group M.
Hmm.
I started my first startup in 2007. We were a retail advertising network out of shared internet access space. WorkApps as a company was started in 2017. I've been the founder, CEO, and product head of both my startups. I used to be a coder also by passion, but largely been in sales, marketing, and advertising roles.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a bit about me. I wrote the book sometime in 2014, I think. I used to hear a lot about founders cribbing about ill advice that they used to get.
Hmm.
So thought of penning down my story to see how it can help budding entrepreneurs.
Wow. So your website describes Video CX as a full suite enterprise grade video banking and video KYC platform. Tell us in brief what it is, what you guys exactly do.
So in a single line statement, Ankita, if you are a large BFSI sector company, a bank, insurance, or an NBFC or a Fintech, and if you want to use a video calling platform as one of the tools for your customers to connect with your employees, then VideoCX.io is a platform that you can use. We power multiple use cases on multiple business processes for the BFSI space. Video KYC being the most important or the largest used space that you can call. 2020 Jan is when RBI released the guideline for video KYC, where banks and BFCs can onboard customers over a video call. That's the largest use case of our platform today. We do about 1.8 million video KYCs every month. We work across 16 banks, 25 NBFCs, about 8 insurance companies. So a video calling platform which banks, NBFCs, insurance companies can use to connect with customers for any kind of workflow is what we do.
So at what stage would you say your startup is at?
I think we can call ourselves comfortably at growth stage.
Hmm.
Our product has been live in the market for now about 3 years. We work with really large enterprises, some of the biggest banks in the country, some of the biggest insurance companies. They've been clients for about 3 years now. We are a profitable company. We have, I think, done decently well in India as a market. We've slowly started getting customers outside India. So growth stage is what I think we can call ourselves at.
So Adi, when we think of a video KYC solution, the first set of customers that comes to our mind are banks, of course. But apart from banks, you said insurance companies. Tell us who else is in your target market.
So NBFCs, in fact, we work with more number of NBFCs today than banks. We have, I think, about 27 odd lenders or NBFCs in our market list. So video KYC is just one of the processes that we've configured through our platform. But credit verification or loan advisory is another,
Hmm.
which almost all the 27 NBFCs that we work with use our platform for. So if you're taking a loan from any one of these companies and that loan has to be, you need to underwrite that loan. So a credit officer has to speak to you, understand your profile, understand how you're going to pay the loan. That entire process happens over a video call. In the insurance space, we have about 5 insurance companies today that use video for policy servicing, which means if you're a policy holder and you have any kind of questions around your insurance policy, you could connect with any one of these insurance companies over a video call and get that solved. We also have employee verification, medical health check companies that use our platform, but largely focused towards, I would say, NBFCs, insurance, and banks as target market.
Now you got me really interested. Can you talk more about your existing customers and their experience with Video CX?
So, almost all the top private sector banks, ICICI, Kotak, IndusInd, Axis, Yes, RBL, AU, DBS, these are all customers in the insurance space. We have Bajaj Life Insurance, Aditya Birla Sun Life, HDFC Life. We are onboarding about three insurance companies as we speak: Max Life Insurance, PNB MetLife. Lots of NBFCs, Aditya Birla Capital, HDFC Limited, Fullerton, Muthoot, Chola, tons of other NBFCs, smaller fintechs also are using our platform. Uh, we outside India have customers in Brazil, Turkey. We have banks in Singapore also that are using our platform. We've recently onboarded by the Thailand government for a POC on customer support or citizen support helpline, as they call it, over a video call. So interesting use cases coming up over there also. In general insurance for motor claim, also our product is used by companies in Brazil and Turkey, where if you have met with an accident and your car needs to be assessed for a motor claim, then an assessor can look over the car over a video call and tell you what kind of claim amount is going to be reimbursed to you. So those are the kind of various use cases of our platform.
You just mentioned that you have customers outside India. So I'm gonna just go ahead and ask you, which regions are you looking to target as part of your global expansion plans?
So, like any other startup which has done some bit of credible work in India and wanting to look at customers outside India, as such, the whole world is open for us. We are absolutely open towards having conversations with customers anywhere in the world. Incoming traffic has obviously come to us from Turkey, Brazil, and Thailand. Singapore is always one region where startups from India, tech startups from India always look at expanding to because of the proximity of the region. There's a lot of familiarity between how regulations work in India and in Southeast Asia. Middle East is a market that is looking exciting, though the volumes are very small. We are in talks with companies in Dubai, headquartered in Dubai, looking at Middle East as a region. So yeah, currently these are the focus markets.
But given that KYC regulations vary across regions, how are you envisioning this move for Video CX? Like, how are you thinking this through?
Very interesting question. In fact, that's something that we also keep, exploring ourselves. So, video KYC is a regulated subject, but it's also something which various other countries are looking at India as to understand. And in that position, being somebody that has a substantial amount of video KYCs in the country happening through our platform, we have initiated conversations with regulators outside India or banks outside India, telling them that, you know what, this is possible and the kind of volumes that we're doing, about 1.8 lakh video KYCs a month, there's like, millions of KYCs that we've already processed. So that's one conversation that we are taking outside. But just overall customer support over video, connecting with your customers over video. The pandemic taught all of us that video is a channel that can replace physical meetings. So that's a use case which is open everywhere. It's not regulated. You don't need to think much about that. If you have a customer support channel over voice, adding just video to it is a very, very simple thing. And I think that's a use case that we are seeing gain more traction or faster conversations than KYC. So both are as such open for us, but customer support over a video call is something that we are banking more on.
Speaking of use cases, would you mind giving us some examples of other use cases of how all these distinct businesses that you are serving to are leveraging Video CX in different scenarios?
So as I mentioned, credit verification is one use case where a lot of NBFCs are using our platform for. Traditionally you used to either audio call a customer to understand their profile, or if it's a high ticket loan item, you used to actually visit the customer's premise, the home or office, and kind of meet them and underwrite the loan over there. Both obviously have issues in terms of if you're doing it only over voice, your ability to understand the customer's profile is a little limited. And if you're physically traveling, then it has this complete, time that it takes. You have to spend so much of money, effort in going and meeting the customer. That over video call has, I think, become an instant win on both the sides. The customer has a lot of convenience. You can be sitting at your home over a phone call, just over your mobile. You can do a complete 30-minute call. Multiple credit officers can do that. One very important aspect that our platform has is that the entire conversation is recorded. which means that the moment you're looking at that for as a credit verification call, you're looking at as an audit purpose, the call remains with you, or conversation remains with you for as many years, right? If it's a 20-year-old loan for 20 years, you have the conversation with the customer, you can just play that video call whenever you want. Insurance is a complicated product. Customers take time to understand. When you're changing something in your insurance policy, you many a times it's not a black and white decision. It's not a zero or a one. It is something that your advisor helps you with. And insurance is a major investment. So at that time, being able to be on a video call with a customer and explaining them what their insurance policy is a very big, I would say, convenience factor for the customer and a very big aspect for the insurance company to give as a support. So there we are seeing, in fact, I would say insurance is our fastest growing category today. And then, AU Bank is a great example of how a bank has leveraged a video call to create a complete branch. So today, or if you go to the AU Bank website, you can actually avail multiple of their services over a video call. So it's actually a full-fledged video branch that they have. Whatever you're doing in a branch today, you can go and do over a quick video call and finish it. No queues, no traveling, no parking, nothing. Just open your phone, type a few things, and you're connected to a full-fledged video banker. So those are the multiple use cases that we are seeing. Loan advisory, wealth advisory is also something that's coming up. A lot of people are looking at exploring those as well.
Now let's come to the aspect that drives every business forward, revenue. So what is the revenue model for Video CX?
So we are a absolutely, I would say, flexible company with our pricing and our revenue model. We have enterprise licenses for our platform, where you can host the entire platform on your own server. We have a SaaS version. You can pay us by transaction. You can pay us by the number of employee accounts that you have. We have a enterprise buyout license plan also, where if you want to do a capex deal, we're flexible on that. I think over a period of time, Indian tech companies have realized that you can't just copy paste, models that have been successful outside. India, you have different kind of sizes when it comes to enterprises. So we have all kinds of deals. Obviously, enterprise licensing is something that is most popular in India with large enterprises, so that works more. But as long as we make money, as long as we get the right value for our software, we are absolutely open towards customizing our deal to the way it suits the buyer.
I'd like to go back to when you said that you are a profitable business. I'm curious, how have you been able to achieve that?
I think one, I would definitely say that we were at the right place at the right time when video as a concept or as a solution or as a customer support channel was finding its route. We were, I would say, at the forefront of that time. We already had the technology. We already had certain leverages with us. That's kind of helped us gain a lot of market share. Thanks to our investors, we've always been, told that growth at any cost is not the right way to build a startup. If you're building a software product, finding the right buyers at the right price before you scale something is very, very important. That's something that we as a team have always been focused on. So I won't say we are frugal, but we've always invested in the right resources. We've not gone berserk in terms of our investments, which has kind of kept us focused on our product. We've believed in engineering a lot, so we've always invested very heavily into the product, which has also helped us gain market share. Apart from that, I think it's just a category that exploded very, very quickly, which got us X number of customers, and some of the mathematics of the business work. And we like being profitable in the sense we've never said that, okay, let's burn money to get growth anywhere. Love being profitable. In hindsight, it's being a good decision also.
So, are there any impressive business numbers that you are particularly proud of and would like to share with us?
So we are a good about 15% EBITDA company today. We are in the $2 million plus range in terms of revenue, touching about $2.5 million. As I said, we do about 1.8 million video calls every month. We I would say would be doing easily about 70% of the video KYC that happen in the country through our platform. So those are definitely numbers that we are aware of.
No, I think the numbers speak for the efficiency and effectiveness of your platform itself. Having said that, so whenever I come across articles about video CX on LinkedIn or while browsing your website, I notice the emphasis is on your company's partnership as an AWS advanced tier service partner. Tell us in what ways has leveraging AWS has played a crucial role in driving success for you.
Oh, absolutely. I think after if I have to give success to anything after my own team, I think it's been AWS. I think the first thing that happened to us that being a AWS native developer, we always had the comfort of going to our clients and saying that, this is what our platform does. And because they knew AWS and we had AWS certifications with us, for them to understand the architecture, the deployment diagram of our product was very basic. So the familiarity that AWS brings, in their platform was really helpful. Uh, Second thing was that massive support from AWS in terms of building the technology, solving problems. Video at this scale honestly has not happened anywhere else. India obviously is one of the largest financial services market. So being able to help us with that kind of scale, very quickly ramping numbers in some of these banks was a big challenge. AWS helped us a lot there. We have some of the most senior solution architects on AWS, on a phone call away with us. So whenever we have something to innovate, some problem, we just have to call, some folks and they're available all the time. So today we are not just an advanced tier ISV, we're listed on their global marketplace, we are a part of their Chime SDK program, we are a part of their Enterprise Connect program. We are moving on Amazon Chime, which is the video calling platform managed by AWS, which is, I think, one of the very few partners in India that have done that. So that's a big development on our side. Very soon with them, we're going to be launching that globally also. So it's like a big brother, big tech brother being out there who's always taking care of you. That's the feeling that we get with AWS.
Great. I think your journey so far has definitely gotten me curious to know who your investors are, RD, and how much capital have you raised so far.
So Shashi Reddy from SRI Capital, who was the founder and CEO of App Labs, was our first check. In fact, he's been our first, second, and third check. He backed us on the product development phase. Yeah, that was our seed, pre-seed, whatever you may want to call that. The only other round that we've done after that is our pre-series round, which was led by Sharat Sanghi, who's the founder and CEO of NetMagic, now leading entity for India, and Better Capital, run by Webber Dumkundwar. We also have the Winners Group, a lot of angels from the Winners Group who invested in us in the same pre-series A stage. We did that in 2019. Overall, we've raised about 16 crores since start till our pre-series A. We have a lot of other angels also, CXOs who have been there, done that. Atul Ruya, the chairman of Phoenix Group, he's also a part of our cap table. He also invested with us in our pre-series A. So we've been kind of lucky to have a lot of angels who spread across the industry as our investors. Many of them are today, have mentored us over a period of time in our business also.
So, are you raising capital now?
No, hopefully not. Being in the profitable stage is really helpful. You can put your entire focus on the business and don't have to
Absolutely.
keep raising capital. But definitely not for the next few months for sure.
So, building a global product company like yours, it definitely necessitates a highly passionate team. Tell us, how did you go about building your team?
Honestly, telling you, culture is the only thing that we invested in. We always believed in one thing, which is that you have to hire people with whom you can be friends, otherwise also. So if the attitude doesn't match, if the culture doesn't match, if the way that person is, if you can't be friends with that person outside work, a small team startup never works. We are very, very, fortunate to have a team. We've had about, I think, 3% attrition in the last 7 years. So a team that is stuck together, even during the development time, initial product market fit time also when we had a product but we didn't have any business. At a time when there was humongous pressure when the business started, It was in the peak of pandemic, so we were all working from home, and we had like 10, 15 clients going live at the same point of time. So, from our perspective, the only thing that we've done is uh, we just have a culture where we all work as friends. So respect to time, respect to work-life balance, all of this is top priority. So we do, actually believe in that, and I would say, run our company by that concept of employees first and customers second. I think that's all that we've done, and just because of that, we've had a great team with very less attrition over a period of the last 7 years.
Wow, that's the right way to go. So, what's your team structure like? What's it like now?
So we are just about 33 people. We are heavily inclined towards engineering as a team. So we are about, I would say, 26 people on the engineering side, which is technology, engineering, design, product, DevOps, support, all of that put together. And just about 6 to 7 people, on the sales and lead generation side. We based out of Pune. I think, mostly work from home. Few days in a week, we meet at the office. Head office and tech centers out of Pune, and we have, I would say, satellite offices of people based out of Bombay, Bangalore, and Delhi. But very small team, 33 people, about 4, 5 consultants overall. That's what we do.
Talk to us a bit about your co-founder, Shankar Borate. So, what was his background before you both started building this?
So Shankar is a computer scientist from IIT Delhi, a very typical IT engineer career, worked in large MNCs, Intuit, Adobe, Symantec, started with those MNCs, got to a point, I think, where he felt that he's spending more time on calls than writing good code or building products. That's where we met in 2017, and we said that, listen, this is a great thing to build together. So let's jump and see how we can build a messaging and a video calling platform for the enterprises. Uh, Today he's the CTO, coder, chief software architect, programmer, everything. We have a very flat hierarchy company in that sense. So most of us end up doing almost everything that comes our way.
I'm just gonna go ahead and ask this. Are there any key positions that you are currently looking to fill within your team?
So we are always hungry for good engineers on the Java side, that being our core platform.
Hmm.
So any senior guys who, and we say this as a joke, that if your mother tongue is Java, give us a call. So
Absolutely. So for
very passionate about people who absolutely live Java. So if you say that your mother tongue is Java, give us a call.
and I would encourage you to apply right away. Rudrajeet, last but not the least, looking ahead, what exciting developments can we expect from Video CX in this financial year per se?
I think two things that come at the top of my mind. One, we've launched a new product, Follow.us, which is a messaging solution overall, or a broadcast messaging solution as we call it. We've got some great initial traction with some customers. We're looking at now expanding the reach and taking this to almost every large enterprise which is there in the country. Multiple use cases around that product, in HR, in policy, in communication with your partners, agents, brokers. So that's an area of interest for us for the next 12 months. We are going global. We already have customers. We are working with AWS on a few initiatives outside India. So looking at entering newer markets, newer use cases. Is there something beyond BFSI that our platform can help with? That's what we are looking at.
I think your journey of creating a groundbreaking video KYC solution when there was no set precedent of any sort back then, and then transforming it into a market winning enterprise grade platform is truly remarkable. So, looking back on your journey, what would you say are the three most influential factors that have led to your success?
So I would say team is definitely the top part, in our journey. And in a startup, it's so important that you need the same team to do multiple things at multiple times or phases of the startup. So, when we started, we required our team to just, put their head down and focus on writing great code and building a platform which, will scale over a period of time. When you are in the product market fit stage, you want that team to quickly build new features as per what clients are wanting, quickly change things. POCs are required, hacky fixes are required. When you're in that scaling platform, you need the team to manage the platform, build it. It's like, servicing a car while it's running in fifth gear. You need the same team to do that. You can't be hiring different people at different phases and saying that, okay, now you have done this, now somebody else will come and do that. And software as a product is something which requires massive domain knowledge. We've been fortunate to have a team that's been extremely passionate about building this platform, scaling it at a time when we were working 14 hours a day. Also, with obviously the 3% attrition is something that's very important. So I think the right team at the right time is something that's helped us a lot. Uh, I would say great investors. We've been very, very lucky to have, Shashi Reddy, Sharad Sanghi, Vaibhav, as investors. Not just because they wrote, checks for us, but, and I always say this, that not asking the wrong questions to your, founders is as important as asking the right questions. I think we've had investors who have never bothered us in the wrong way, always have been there, whenever we've called, and we might not have called them for months, but whenever we call them, they're always ready to help us, give us their advice, industry connections, solving certain problems for us. So I think for us, these are not just angel investors, but they are actually angels who have backed us in our journey. And I think third, I would say our initial customers. I think HDFC Life, Kotak, and ICICI Bank, true examples of what Startup India should be. Uh, all these three, I think, showed interest in us or backed us when we were very, very early with our product. They saw the potential in the actual platform that we were building, backed us, definitely took the risk. You always need to take a risk with a startup at an early stage. Took the risk with us, spent a lot of time in building the platform with us. Thanks to Kotak and ICICI, actually the whole video KYC platform was from a business side built by these two companies. We've engineered it, but it's their domain knowledge that has gone into building the platform. So I think these three customers, HDFC Life, Kotak, and ICICI Bank, have been really, and I hope all startups, enterprise tech startups, get to work with these three companies, uh, and they get to see the kind of help that these three companies can give to early stage startups. I think those are the 3 points from our side.
Lovely. So, keeping in mind that we will be promoting this video to large enterprises, investors, tech giants, and a broader ecosystem altogether, is there anything else that you'd like to put down that could help you find any external assistance or support in any of your concerned areas?
So definitely global is one area that we're trying to understand. So we are looking at partnerships, system integrators, other companies with whom we can work towards, building more and more use cases. So any other startups that are looking at video as a solution to go with their solution, system integrators that are looking at presenting these solutions to, BFSI sector companies outside India, I definitely would love to connect with them. As a messaging platform, be it broadcast messaging or video, any other use case that we can solve.
Mm.
The world is so big and there are so many enterprises, so many businesses, so many problem statements that it's impossible for somebody to come to know about all of them sitting, in your office or home. So we would love to hear more about problem statement. I think that's what every product company wants. That tell me what your problem is around this area, and it's my job to then figure out to see if I can solve it for you.
Yeah.
I think those are the largely two areas that we are looking at.
I wish you the best of luck in achieving all your targets, and I look forward to discussing all your milestones in here with me in the future. So, as we approach the conclusion
Yes,
now, let's kick things up a notch with a quick lightning round. Are you ready?
sure, sure.
Okay, five rapid questions. Question number one, a book that you would recommend to the youth that has greatly influenced your career journey.
Good to great. Actually, if you can allow me to name three, I think Good to Great, Jim Collins, Built to Last, and Business at the Speed of Thought by Bill Gates.
Amazing.
All three must. Gita Piramal, Business Maharajas is also one. Sorry, I made it to four, but Business Maharajas, it's a story about all the Indian first generation entrepreneurs. definitely a must be.
Take a note, guys. It's a long list. So, which productivity tool or app do you find most helpful in your day-to-day work?
I am actually a complete Excel fan. I think being able to manage multiple tracks in your day through a very simple tool like Excel and tracking absolutely every aspect of your business into numbers. Excel is
Yeah.
the best that I work with.
A fun fact about you that most people don't know.
I used to be a poet, before I became an entrepreneur. I used to write a little bit of poetry, but somehow writing business proposals and presentations and emails has taken that bit away from me. But hopefully, I'll come back to that someday.
Yeah. What is your favorite quote or mantra that you live by?
I think somebody has said this, but it's a part of my WhatsApp status also that the sometimes the journey is the destination.
Wow.
So if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you start a business and it becomes $1 billion exit the next day,
Hmm.
what's the fun, right? So it's the journey of the ups and downs and building the product and going through all of that. That's the reason why you become an entrepreneur. So I think the journey is the destination in this case.
Amazing. And what is one piece of advice for the young audience watching this video?
Uh, Sorry, again, I'll go beyond one, but build something for yourself first. It's startup journey is not simple, and it's getting tougher day by day. It's not easy. It's gonna kill you. It's gonna really stress you out. So do something that you're doing for yourself first. Do something that you're ready to die for because the journey is definitely gonna kill you. Don't do something for somebody else. Don't do something for your investors. Don't do something because it's a trend. It looks good. It sounds good. No. Do something which you really want to do yourself. Only then will you be able to sustain the ups and downs to succeed in.
Rudrajeet, this was a delight. I hope this was worthy of your time as well. So thank you so much. And
No, definitely.
one last thing before we wrap this up. Can you make a wish for your startup that you hope comes true in the near future?
Oh, definitely. We are very, very keen as a startup to solve problems for nation building. We are trying our best to find how can our technology help the non-profit sector, how can it help government institutions in nation building, solving any problems, on that side. So I hope, 1 year down the line, our platform is actually used by beyond just making money. Everybody's going to make money with their product, the technology, the startup. We are very keen to see if our platform, our technology can really help uh, citizens, help the country, help needy people in doing something better for them. So that's one real wish that we have as well.
Well, and I wish that Video CX becomes the default video banking platform for the entire financial sector. All the very best.
Thanks a lot, Ankita. This is really helpful. Wishing you also luck with this initiative.
So if you'd like to stay updated with the latest developments and business insights at Video CX, you can follow their channel on follow.us/startups. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.